All right.
Okay, ready? All right. When you're reading and you come to something that gives you trouble, what do you do?
Sound it out.
Do you ever do anything else?
Look around the words to give me a cue of what it is.
Who's a good reader that you know?
Good reader that I know. My sister.
What makes your sister a good reader?
She reads during the summer, and then she's also honors language arts. So
Do you think your sister ever comes to something that gives her trouble when she's reading?
yes,
What do you think your sister does when she comes to something that gives her trouble?
I'm guessing the same thing. Sound it out. Look for cues around the sentences.
How would you help someone who is having difficulty reading?
Try to have them get interesting books so they're more motivated, and then help them strategies on how to read.
Can you name a strategy?
Looking around the words and as well as sounding out the letters.
What would a teacher do to help that person?
A teacher, they would give them one-on-one time, I think, and then as well different strategies, and help them through their level of reading.
Can you name one of the strategies that a teacher might give them?
Maybe instead of reading books, I would give them strategies first on how to learn the letters or the sound of the letters, or give them sentence structures instead of going straight to reading.
How did you learn to read?
I learned to read through my teachers and through my mom, and I learned in Spanish, so I thought it was a lot easier learning how to read in Spanish because how the letters sound compared to English.
Is there anything you'd like to change about your reading?
Read a lot more.
Describe yourself as a reader. What kind of reader are you?
What kind of reader am I? I'm the kind of reader that doesn't read much, but when they get an interesting book, I do read through all of it very quickly.
What do you read routinely, like every day or every week?
I think what I read the most is articles or like news stuff or research. I think that's very interesting. I think that's the most that I read rather than books.
What do you like most of all to read?
Research and new findings.
Can you remember any special book or the most memorable thing you have ever read?
A book named Cordery, and it was in Spanish. My mom didn't read to me very much, so that was one of the times that I read, and that's in kinder, we would all have a bag with a stuffed animal, which was Cordery, and then the book, and we would all take turns taking it home, and that's one of the times that my mom read to me, so it's special.
What's the most difficult thing you have to read?
Most difficult? Poems in high school.
Please read this story out loud. If you come to something you don't know, do what you would do if you were reading alone. Since we want to know how you read on your own, I won't give you any help while reading. When you finish reading, I'll take the book from you and ask you to tell me what you've read. You can start reading when you're ready, and when you read all the way to that mark. Okay?
Now that Mr. Gibson has gone, let us get back to business. We're consider the shade known as purple. It is a color justly in repute among the sons and daughters of man. Emperors claim it from their special dye. Good fellows every week seek to bring their noses to a general hue that follows communally of the red and blue. We say of prince that they are born to the purple, and no doubt they are, for the colic tings their faces with the royal tint as well as the snub nose countenance of woodchopper's brat. All women love it when it is the fashion. Now purple is being worn. You notice it on the streets. Of course, other colors are quite stylish as well. In fact, I saw a lovely thing the other day in olive green. Albatross with a triple-lapped flounce skirt trimmed with insert squares of silk, and draped fichu of lace opening over a shirred vest and double puff sleeves with lace band holding together frills. But you see lots of purple too. Oh yes, you do. Just take a walk down 23rd Street any afternoon. Therefore, Maida, the girl with the big brown eyes and cinnamon-colored hair in the Beehive store, said to Grace, the girl with the rhinestone ruche and peppermint pippins flavor to her speech, I'm going to have a purple dress, a tailor-made purple dress, for Thanksgiving. Oh, you are, said Grace, purple away some 7.5 gloves into 6 3/4 box. Well, it's me for red. You see more red on Fifth Avenue, and the men all seem to like it. I like purple the best, said Maida, and old Schlegel has promised to make it for $8. It's going to be lovely. I'm going to have a plaited skirt and a blouse coat trimmed with the brand of galloon under a white cloth collar with 2 rows. Sleep boots, said Grace with an educated wink. Such huge braid over the surpliced white vest and a plaited basket. And sleep boots, repeated Grace. Plaited gigot sleeves with a drawn velvet ribbon over the inside cuff. What do you mean by saying that? You think Mr. Elkins likes purple? I heard him say yes yesterday. He thought some of the dark shades of red were stunning. I don't care, said Maida. I prefer purple, and them that I don't like it just take the other side of the street, which suggests the thought that after all, the flowers of purple may be subject to slight delusions. Danger is near when a maiden thinks she can wear purple regardless of complexions and opinions, and when emperors think their purple robes will wear forever, and when young men think they can flaunt the nasal and blazonry of the high ball with the success of impunity. Maida had saved $18 after 8 months of the economy, and this had bought of the goods for the purple dress and paid Schlegel $4 of the making of it. One day before Thanksgiving, she would have just enough to pay the remaining $4, and then for a holiday in a new dress. Can earth offer anything more enchanting?
Thank you. Will you tell me what you remember reading?
I remember reading the beginning about history about purple and kind of how emperors were purple, and then I remember reading that Grace wanted a purple dress for Thanksgiving, and then I remember the 2 ladies talking that about what is worn in Avenue Street, which is they were talking about the green and red and as well as purple, but the lady was set on the purple dress, and the other lady said that she wanted a shade of red. She said that she thinks men are more attracted to that, and that that's seen more on the streets. But the other lady wanted purple dress, and she was explaining that she was saving up to get the purple dress, and that she was able to save about $15, and that in the end she was able to pay the $4 to have her new holiday Thanksgiving purple dress.
Anything else?
I think that's it.
Okay, so what do you think about a dress that's being made for $18?
It's pretty. I think it's a good deal if it's tailored to her.
Okay, so a tailor-made dress for $18. What does that tell you about the story?
that is probably in the early years, in the old days.
Okay. So the setting is of an olden time.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, earlier years.